Everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be working on the HELLCAT Redeye, and what we're going to be doing is installing a very critical piece for the 1000 horsepower build, because the HELLCAT Redeye can get to 1000 horsepower before first unlocking the PCM. And if it isn't obvious by the shirt that I'm wearing, I will be installing a DiabloSport tuning system. But before we get to this install, let me show you everything that comes in the DiabloSport package. Here's everything that comes in the DiabloSport package. So we have the unlocked PCM, we have this mount holder for the Trinity tuner device, which is right here. We have our OBD port cable, some instructions, as well as a warning here, which pretty much says that you're going to be swapping your vehicle's PCM. And although it might not show a code on the dashboard, if you take it to the dealer, they might scan it and find that code, so you're accepting the risk. And then here we have more instructions and more information. There is also another cable that's not here because I already went through the trouble of installing it. I didn't record that just because there really isn't that much space. So let me just insert a clip here of that installation and just explain a little bit more about that. So this is the bypass cable I was referencing earlier. So you'll have to install this behind the glove box. There is a panel you need to remove, so there's a few clips that you need to take off, and then the panel will come off. Then you'll connect one end of the cable to the module, and then you'll route the OBD end through the center console and connect it to the OBD port. So these steps apply only if you have a 2018 plus model. All right, so now let's go ahead and get started by first connecting the Trinity tuner device to the car. And what that's going to do is save some configuration file from the current factory PCM, which will then be loaded onto this PCM once we have them swapped out. So first we'll start off by taking the OBD cable and the Trinity tuner to your car. Once you're there, you'll connect the OBD cable to the bypass cable. Then you'll turn on your car and connect the other end to the Trinity tuner. Then it'll turn on, it'll load, and then it'll let you know once it's saved the configuration file from the factory PCM. Then you press continue, it'll load again, and then it'll give you another message saying that it doesn't detect the unlocked PCM. So you'll just continue, turn off your car, make your way to the trunk, disconnect the negative terminal from the battery, and then you can proceed with the installation. Here comes the part that almost everyone dreads, and I can totally see why. I had to remove the factory PCM in order to send DiabloSport some serial numbers and some information about this one, but it's very simple. The only issue is that there's barely any room to work with on this side. But the first thing you have to do is remove this plastic piece. So there's two clips, one here and another one here. Once you remove the plastic piece, there's going to be a bolt for the bracket that's holding the PCM, so you'll remove that. And then comes the fun part, which is the connectors. So what you want to do is disconnect the top one, and then once you have that one disconnected, which is going to be a lot of fun with the lack of space, then you can pull the PCM higher and then disconnect the bottom one. Then you're good to go. The PCM is going to be out. Okay, so here's a play-by-play of what I did. So once I removed that plastic piece, I completely forgot there's also two more nuts that you need to remove in order to take off that PCM from the bracket. So the first challenge is taking off that bracket that's holding the PCM. Once you get through that, then you'll have to start with the next challenge, which is removing the first connector. So once you struggle and you finally remove the first connector, then that's when you'll have a bit more room to pull the PCM up, and then you'll be able to take off the bottom one. And now that we finally have the factory PCM out, it's time to install the DiabloSport unlocked PCM. So all we need to do now is remove this rubber piece, put this here, and then do everything, all the steps in reverse. So just like I said before, now we're just going to do the same steps in reverse. Fight once again to put that PCM back in, then you'll put the bracket, then you'll put the plastic piece, and then once you're done with that, we'll make our way back to the trunk to reconnect the battery. So I won't go over this step by step because it's pretty easy. All you need to do is follow the instructions on the screen. But I did want to go over why I chose DiabloSport in particular. So the main thing that stood out to me is that they already send you an unlocked PCM and there's minimal downtime. So what I mean by that is that you don't have to wait to send your PCM somewhere, wait a few days, have your car down, and then wait another few days for it to come back. This is minimal downtime. You just swap your factory PCM with the ones that they provide you, and then you're good to go. And honestly, for me, I do not want my car to be down for that many days. I want it to be up and running as quick as possible, and I'm pretty sure there's other people that can probably agree with me too. Plus, I really do like their Trinity tuner because it's very useful. It provides information, it has great features, and it just pretty much tells you everything that the car is doing. And the last reason is support. There's tons of shops that use DiabloSport, so I'm pretty sure I won't have an issue finding a tuner. There's also plenty of really fast Hellcats that use DiabloSport. My ultimate goal is to make as much power as I can with this car. So with that in mind, I have everything covered. So once it's finished, the last thing you have to do is turn on your car and let it idle for a bit, and then you're gonna test your RPMs. So the way that I did that is that I slowly gassed to 2,000 RPMs and then to 3,000 RPMs. Then if all goes well, you've successfully tuned your PCM. So just like that, we're done. It was a simple and quick video. The install was also very fast and easy-ish. I'd say the only two things that are kind of annoying are the bypass cable and that PCM. Honestly, it's not complicated at all. It's just more of an annoyance than anything, but anyone can do it. It's pretty easy. But now that I finally got around to installing this unlocked PCM, the fun begins because I have many parts coming in for the HELLCAT Redeye, so I definitely can't wait for that. Now I just need to pack and ship that PCM back to DiabloSport. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.